is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and welcome to 31 Days of Spooky Scraps with California Lucky. So, super nice of Erica to invite me. So today's prompt is layers, which is perfect because I love me some layers. So, I don't actually do Halloween. I mean, I let my kids do Halloween, but there is not one thing that I like about Halloween. So I was like, how am I going to do this? Because I've already documented their Halloween costumes from last year, made that page, done, forgot about it. So I was like, okay, I have this Halloween collection from Echo Park, and where did it go? It's like from 2011, I think. Yeah, 2011. So it's 9 years old. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to use this collection. And then I'm like, I need to find a photo that's a little maybe like weird. Maybe not spooky per se, but a little weird. So I actually have two pictures. So one picture is of my dad in high school, and the other picture is like this mold of his head. And my mom made that in high school for him. It's a little creepy to me. Like, I don't know where it went, but I have a picture of it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to document it. So the one picture of my dad has rounded corners, and the other picture has straight corners, and I'm just going to go with it. So I am going to start with some layers. So I started by layering a strip of pattern paper on the background and then layering a border sticker underneath. And now I'm going to work on my layers on my photo. So my thought process is the more the better. Like the more pieces of pattern paper I can get on a layout, the better for me, because I love it. And I wouldn't actually suggest cutting into all of your 12 by 12 paper like this, but this is paper that I'm not really going to use. So I'm okay with cutting into the 12 by 12s to make all of my layers. You could super easily do this with a 6 by 8 or a 6 by 6 pad, or even just a ton of scraps. And I do that a lot. So like whatever scraps I have, I just make those pieces work. And I don't worry about the fact that it doesn't go all the way around my photo, because I don't tend to usually do a full mat. Occasionally, but this is the kind of layering that I tend to do. Little pieces, some of them are straight, some of them are tilted. And my main goal with those layers is I just want there to be layers completely around the photo. So I don't want like any empty corners. So not only do I use paper, but what I did was I added a piece of fun foam in between a couple of the layers, and then added another layer of a doily. So this is an interesting doily. It came in a school pack, but it's just kind of a yellow. And so I thought that was a good layer. And then I also like to layer ephemera into my layers. So that's what I'm doing now. So I have a couple of Heidi Swap pieces, and you can see one said love, and I just cut it in half because I liked the black and the gold. And yeah, I like it. So that's my first photo layering. Now my second photo layering, I wanted to show you that sometimes cut aparts are perfect layering pieces. So I don't use a ton of cut aparts for their actual intentions a lot of the time. But they do make really good layering pieces, especially when they have like a little decorative on them. So like the piece that I just put on the right has like a little scallopy piece. And then what I like about this one is kind of the label-y shape. So in between these two layers, I am adding those pieces of ephemera for another little touch of layering. And then I am going to trim this orange piece down. So I'm just going to attach it and then I'm going to trim it down. Because like I said, honestly, probably not going to use much of this collection again. So this is perfect. I'm going to add a little fun foam to one side since the other one is already popped up, and I'm going to kind of layer those photos onto each other. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere them to my background, and then I am going to work on a different type of layering. So this is a stencil. I have no idea where it came from. And I'm just going to add like a subtle background layer. So I grab my little Tim Holtz, I don't even know what it's called. And then I thought I had like some sort of black or orange distress ink, but I didn't. So I just grabbed my regular black ink pad and did a couple of tucked layers of these little mustaches. So I'm going to layer up some more ephemera, and then I'm going to layer these brads in here. So these are mustache brads, and I am going to tuck them under a couple of the layers. So I wanted to make sure this mustache went down because my dad's mustache kind of goes down. And I'm going to put one there and one at the bottom, which is super exciting because then I have killed that portion of a piece from my stash. And then I am going to find a few other things. So I have this journey, which I thought might be fun to kind of use as part of the title. I don't really know. I thought my title should be something about like weird head or something. Floating head or head on a table, or I don't know. But instead I am going to go with this Create, and it is a perspective from Bramble Fox, and I absolutely love it. Now I have these, so they are from Queen and Company, and they're called Goosebumps. So they're enamel dots, but they have like texture to them. So they're shiny, but they're a little bumpy. So I have tucked a couple of those into my layers, sorry, as well as just using them kind of like enamel dots. And I definitely have a diagonal design to this. So now I'm going to look at the stickers, and I'm pulled the circle off just based on shape because it's not a Halloween layout, so I'm not using the Halloween stuff. And I pulled this tab, and it does say Halloween, but like I said, it's not a Halloween layout, so I need to find something else that will go on it. So I decide on this Cocoa Vanilla sheet from my How to Kill a Kit with Style, and it says Terrific. So I have these Glitter Girl enamel dots. I'm going to pop those on. I'm thinking maybe this typewriter, but I'm like, no. And then I decide to layer up these labels down here at the bottom to do a little bit of journaling. Now I have 3 of them, and one I kind of put some distress ink on. So I'm going to tuck that into one of the layers, and I don't need this one to say top 10, so I'm going to tuck that in there as well. I'm going to add a couple of these puffy arrows. And then off camera, I add a little typewriter down there to the bottom where I am going to put my journaling. So there is my layout. I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you again, Erica, for letting me join in and loving some layers. So make sure you check out her link down below and everybody else who has played along all month. So remember to wear your crown. Bye.